Hello, and welcome back to EPG. I am Greg, your host. So, you're interested in learning a few travel money tips. Let me just say that I've traveled to, I want to say, about 50 countries so far, and these tips have helped me in every single one. So, let's begin. The first and possibly the most important thing is what you can do is back home, make sure you get a bank account that gives you ATMs that have no fees anywhere in the world. Now, the bank I use, Schwab, has been fantastic when it's come to dealing with international transactions, especially getting them from ATMs. And the ATMs have the best fees out there because it's interbank lending. One of the things I would advise against is going to change houses and changing cash directly with those change houses because they need to make money and they have a lot more fees than your local ATM does. I would also suggest that you don't take out a whole lot of money the first time. I would suggest that you take out approximately $40 cash for the equivalent of whatever countries you're in. And that brings us to another point. You should know what the exchange rate is for the currency in that country. And it's very important to realize that because you need to know basically what things are going to cost once you get there. It's important to understand, too, that in a lot of countries that are not, like their currencies aren't as good as compared to other Western countries. I'll use the dollar, for example. It's paramount to understand that you're going to be dealing in possibly thousands of denominations of whatever currency you're dealing with. For example, when I was in Vietnam, their currency was called the dong, and hold your laughter. And when I was exchanging it, it was 23,000 dong to the dollar. So, I mean, I've never dealt with something like that before. And there was a real easy way that I was able to kind of figure out how to do stuff when it came to interacting with money in cash specifically. So the tip I learned was that you should hack off the zeros. So that way, it just makes it easier to kind of comprehend that instead of it being 23,000 dong, it would be 23 dong to the dollar. And then what you can do is you can round up. So it would be 25 dong to the dollar. So that way, when you get a bill that says that something's going to be 100,000 dong, roughly in your head, it's going to be $4. Not that hard when it comes to math. And another really important thing, and again, I figured this out when I was in Vietnam, is that you need to know what the money you're dealing with looks like. Because there are going to be people, I'm not saying everybody, but there are going to be people that are going to want to take advantage of tourists, especially if you're in open air markets that might not give you the correct change. And if you don't know what the money looks like, then you don't know where you'll be getting back. This actually happened to me in Saigon. And I know it's officially called Ho Chi Minh City, but the inner ring of the neighborhood and the center of the city is actually still called Saigon. So anyway, I was in Saigon and I was at a convenience store and I got a bottle of water and I gave cash and they gave back incorrect change. And I looked at the person, she looked at me. I didn't even have to say anything. I just put my hand out and I went like this. She knew what she did. She hid the correct change under the cash register and then gave it to me. And I just nodded my head like so and then walked out. I'm not saying everybody's going to be like that. A lot of people are really nice when it comes to going to open air markets and stuff like that. But if you don't know what the money you're supposed to get back looks like, then that's kind of really not being a good traveler. So yeah, those are some helpful tips about learning how to use money in foreign countries. So go out there, travel, and thank you for your time.